know that he had to give them all back. Big Bob Whitfield's coming up on the other side. This is Sports Kings Live, being heard via Spreaker.com, also on iHeartRadio. And don't forget, you can hit us up on social media via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Tumblr at Sports Kings Live. You can always send us an email as well at sportskingslive@gmail.com. Coming up on the other side, Big Bob Whitfield, Sports Kings Live.
If you're a single man under the age of 35, you'd probably like to know what the ladies are looking for on an online dating site. A guy who had a few drinks and later got pulled over for buzzed driving. See, that could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And doesn't a guy who's back living with his parents but calls them my roommates just scream Mr. Right?
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Big Mike.
Yep, and this is RC, Rod Calloway.
First of all, we'd like to thank everybody for being down with the Kings and for supporting Sports Kings Live.
Your listens, downloads, likes, and follows have allowed this show to grow by leaps and bounds in just a few months.
Now, if you have a product or a business and you'd like to promote it on this show,
it's simple. Just email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. And once again, thank you for being down with the Kings. This is Sports Kings Live, being heard via Spreaker.com. Rod Calloway flying solo dolo on this Friday evening. Don't forget, you can reach us via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr at Sports Kings Live. You can also shoot us an email at sportskingslive@gmail.com. And we have about 48 days until the NFL season opener. And we are really excited about football season because there's absolutely nothing going on in the world right now. And so we're being joined by a good friend of the show, a good friend of mine, Bob Whitfield, former offensive lineman for that 1998 NFC Atlanta Falcons championship team, or the Dirty Birds, as a lot of folks like to call them. First off, what up, Bob?
What up, Rob?
It's all good, man. Been a while since we last caught up. What's going on in the world of Big Bob Whitfield?
Well, you know, I keep busy, keep my head around football. So it's starting up for not only our favorite team, the Falcons, but also with me in high school football. It's starting where I'm an official on the field, so I wear the zebra stripes on Friday night for high school.
Here in Georgia?
Oh, yeah. You see me all around. One, I'm the biggest zebra out there. That's the one thing. And number two, that I don't get knocked down. So being the biggest zebra out there, all them young lions trying to run around, this is the first time that a zebra is the predator.
So what?
Bigger than all the high school kids.
So what made you want to get into reffing?
Well, what happened was one of my mom's friends who was like, what is his big self going to be doing now that he's retired? He need to go referee football, and that'll keep him engaged, and so he won't gain 500 pounds. So that's what started it. That's what spawned it. And then once what you realize is it does keep you engaged. It keeps you around the game. And then when you start really getting into it, it's exciting. You're a part of a real game. You know, you got things that people depend on, and then you don't blow a call in the game. I blew a call in the game, and everybody knows my name. So you blow a call in the game, now they remind you of, remember back in 97, man, you was holding everything. I mean, come on. I hearing people like, oh, Bob, what the heck?
Did we lose Bob?
Hey, Rob.
Okay, start right there.
All right. I think I hit my face.
Oh. It's
an exciting way to get back around football, being an official.
Right.
So, yeah, my little organization in Atlanta is GFOA, Georgia Football Officials Association. So anybody that's out there, former football, former athlete, former nothing, just want to be around quality sports, athletics, being around the youth, trying to live their dream, and that you can, provide that, hey, be an official. Come out, gfoa.cc. Sign up, be an official. It is fun, and they pay you to show up Friday night.
Well, I'm sure it's not like those NFL checks, though, right?
Oh, definitely not like those NFL checks. But I tell you what, I talked to the NFL official scout already, and it's like they like when former athletes, come out because they're familiar with the sport and all that. We already clued into what goes on the field. So it's like we have one little step up, because, hey, we played it. So, but I said, I don't know if I'm going to be aspiring to be an NFL official, but I'll definitely take it, to a decent level that, it's a great time. So high school, maybe a little small college ball, that'll be fine with me.
Now, I know you're also doing some training. You're training these, high school and college offensive linemen? Is that what you're doing?
Well, it's college guys. So I get college guys that are coming out. So in the past 2 years, I've had, 9 guys in the past 2 years drafted. This year I had 2 guys. Ali Marpet went to Tampa Bay in the second round, and Mitch Morse went to Kansas City, a second rounder. And then I had Isaiah Battle, who I worked with out of Clemson, just went in the supplemental draft. So, I get with these guys, as soon as their playing days are over in college, it's usually like after their last college game or their bowl game. And I'll either get them prepped up with stuff that they would have to do for an all-star game, like the Senior Bowl down in Mobile, or leading up to their pro days and combine workouts, so that they're transitioning to what pro-level football is, because a lot of stuff that you get in college is stuff that we don't run in the pros. So,
Absolutely.
Pro style of offenses change, so some guys have to actually learn some stuff.
This is Sports Kings Live, being heard via Spreaker.com and also iHeartRadio. Rob Calloway being joined by Bob Whitfield, former offensive lineman for the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Giants. And also, who was the last thing you played for? Jacksonville?
Jacksonville. I did a quick stint down in Jacksonville. Good time, good city. Jack Del Rio was the coach, who's now at the Oakland Raiders. But, a quality place down there to play some football. Just can't fill up the stadium.
well, now they have the swimming pools in the stadium now. So that's another reason to go.
Well, the thing about Jacksonville, that was the thing. When they built that big stadium, and you'd be like, if anybody ever been down to Jacksonville, it's funny because next to this big old stadium is an even bigger looking jail. You'd be like, well, I guess that's why we can't fill up the stadium, because the jail looks like it's cracking right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was just in Jacksonville last year. I didn't even notice that it was a jail. I know that you can see the stadium from the highway, and it was right next to the river. I mean, and it's a good view. I guess the jail must be on the other side. I didn't see the other side.
Jail right there. It's a little beige building.
Wow.
But it's a good city. They trying to do right with the football, but it seems like the Florida Gators fill that stadium up with Georgia every year versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think it has had a sellout since I played there.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Now, here in Atlanta, one of the Falcons' biggest problems, the past few years has been the offensive line play. Now we have a brand new coach in Dan Quinn, and they've deemed what we're about to start doing here in Atlanta as quinning versus winning. I don't know what quinning is yet, but we'll see. But the team is going back to something that you're familiar with, and that's that chop blocking scheme that you all ran. I think that was with Dan Reeves when Mike Vick first came into the league.
It was actually after Dan. It was
Jim
Mora's era.
Okay.
And that was my last season in Atlanta, so you know how much I like that damn scheme.
Yeah.
And that's the scheme that Denver ran down our throat to beat us in the Super Bowl. So
right.
You know how much I like that scheme.
Right. So,
but
go ahead.
It will serve Atlanta's line well. They got a couple athletic young players that can really get up the field, and, in that zone blocking scheme, it really stretches the defense to create these lanes. And once you get a backside player chopped down, that cutback is tremendous. And you got some good quality backs that can get downhill and get their body, stretching the play, then come downhill and get back. Just familiar with what you've seen from like a Terrell Davis and those type of cats.
Well, that might be pretty nice, because I'm not like the rookie running back we got. From everything I've seen from him, he's pretty nice. Then, of course, the Freeman kid that we got from Florida State, He's nice. But my favorite running back and the one guy that I can't wait to see play behind this chop blocking scheme is Anton Smith, because, every time Tone gets the ball, it's like 40-yard touchdown, 50-yard touchdown, 30-yard touchdown. So do you think that a guy like that with that much explosive, with those type of explosive plays, that he'll definitely benefit from something like this?
Well, this scheme was put in place so that a team can take some mediocre, undrafted running backs, guys that, may not have first round, second rounders, and turn them into stars, because that's what they did in Denver, where they were getting, running backs, fifth rounders, whatever. And now these guys are 2,000-yard rushers. It's one of those schemes where the running back can flourish, or even a running back by committee, you can flourish. So you can have in Atlanta 2 running backs with over 1,000 yards on the season in this type of scheme.
Well, that would be nice, as long as it ended up being victories. That'd be really nice. Now, something else I want to ask you about. In the offseason, as fans, as media, as former players, whatever, we've become very accustomed to players' arrest and so forth during the offseason. Now, just a few weeks ago, over the 4th of July holiday, we had 2 players that actually blew their fingers off with fireworks, one of those guys being Jean-Pierre Paul of the New York Football Giants. Can you think of a weirder situation that has occurred in the NFL during the offseason? Other than murder.
Because honestly, some of the stuff that you hear about. But if now with the social media admin, the webcams, periscopes, we Instagramming, we Vining. It's so much stuff that it's like, any moment we expect something crazy to pop up on social media, something crazy. So it's just like fireworks. And I'm just thinking like, I lit off a few fireworks while I was still, in the league. So I'm just trying to fathom what kind of fireworks he lit, because I know I didn't lit fireworks and my fingers are still intact. I'm just like, what kind of fireworks was he lighting? You know what I'm saying?
I think they said they were M80s, those big firecrackers.
Oh, so you lighting an M80, and if it got a short fuse and you don't get that sucker off and you hold it in your hand trying to throw it or something, I can see it busting your hand out. We used to put those M80s in like, I forgot, we used to get like frogs. We used to get that smaller. This is that kid stuff now. We blowing up frogs.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those things with Pierre Paul and all the craziness that goes around. Well, we had Prince Jimbo and he kicked the dog or
he
slammed
kicked
the
the
Yorkie.
dog. Yeah, but we've become accustomed to the whole dog thing, too, especially here in Atlanta.
Well, not Yorkies.
Well, not Yorkies, no.
That Arthur Blank's new wife got him fired on that. He kicked Fifi. Oh, get rid of him, Arthur. Fifi. It's always something. And when you start saying to it, like, what cannot do, I just like, well, if it doesn't have a fuse longer than 3 inches and you don't have no bomb squad glove on, maybe you shouldn't like fireworks when you're up for a new contract.
Yeah, absolutely, because he's cost himself some money with that injury. Not that he won't be able to play, because they said that the rehab and they said that the actual finger being amputated was going to delay him from getting back on the field. It's the actual rehab from the thumb, because he damaged nerves and ligaments in his thumb, and so without that thumb, there's no way that he'll be able to get off. Push himself off down in I guess the 3-point stance or what have you. So
well, this is what I thought. Remember, like Ronnie Lott back in the day, tore a little ligament in his finger. The doctor said surgery, and he said no, just cut it off.
Yeah.
So the doctor said, okay, we cut it off. We cut the nub, we cut the unused portion off. So I'm thinking like this. Back in the day, they had that field goal kicker. He had no toes.
Right.
And he wore that club foot.
That boot, right.
Why don't he get a club hand?
A glove. He could get a glove. You're right.
Like he'd be busting people side the head with that club hand, just running around busting them. They're gonna have to make a special rule for Pierre Paul.
Yeah, it'd be like
no club hand,
like old school wrestling, like back in the day,